Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of
The Skooled Zone.
So this is the second episode, and if you tuned in to the last episode, that was my very first video ever made for YouTube. So I learned a lot in the editing process, and I'm definitely going to take those learning lessons and apply them to this episode, and with each and every episode, it's going to get better and better. 6 months from now, it's just going to be absolutely flawless. So thanks for sticking in there with this. And if this is a year or two after the channel has been on air, then you can definitely look back on this and see how much I've improved. Anyway, it was a lot of fun, though, not only shooting the episode, but editing it. And I think I'm really going to have a lot of fun with this series. Not just the series, but the whole channel. So let's continue with Dishonored from where we left off. We were in Coldridge prison, about to escape the yard, and we checked everything in this room. So we are going to continue on in stealth mode. Oh, there's a guard. Let's grab him real quick before he can tell anybody where we are. And I got him. And we are going to carry him back over here and just drop him a little bit out of the way. And let's see what we got out here. Okay, coast is clear. Let's head down these steps and see what is next. Alright, we got a couple little rats here. I can tell you a few little factoids about rats. Now, we're going to go into detail about the plague in Dishonored, but I can tell you a few facts about rats right now. So we'll go into more detail about the plague later, but here are some interesting little facts about rats since we are not in immediate danger, and I can tell you a little bit about them. So, black rats were the species of rats that brought on the bubonic plague, which we'll talk about later as the basis for the Dishonored plague. However, rats are actually very clean animals, even cleaner than cats, as a matter of fact. It was the fleas on the rats that transmitted the plague, not the rats themselves or their bite. What else do I know about rats? On the Mohs scale of hardness, which is a scale for determining the hardness of materials, rats' teeth are actually stronger than steel, or harder than steel, I should say, which is why they can even gnaw through cement if they have to. And rats can go longer than a camel without water. Giant rats, which is the ones that are probably what Dishonored bases them on, because they are pretty huge. But they exist in real life, and they can grow up to 15 pounds. What else do I know about rats? Oh, if you smell a rat's fur, supposedly it smells like either grape soda or spicy vanilla, depending on how you interpret their pheromones. I've never smelled a rat's fur before, but supposedly that's the case, and I've heard from people that that's true. Very trippy. All right, moving on. Oh, some coins we can grab here. All right, so we are back in the interrogation room, which is where we sort of started in Coldridge Prison, and we are going to just check out and see if there's anything interesting to learn about here. Nothing really there. There's a big-ass picture of the High Overseer. Grab these coins, and let's see what this note says. Duty Officer's Report, Corvo's Interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campbell will conduct the questioning themselves, follow their orders without hesitation, and keep the torture under control. If Corvo dies in his hands instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next. Alright, so this is actually the Lord Regent, not the High Overseer. Alright. So this is an interesting thing. We'll see this come up a few times in the game. The audiograph player. So audiograph players are not real in real life, but they're probably based on the technology behind pneumatic player pianos, where they have music rolls or even cardstock, like the audiographs in Dishonored. They were indented with perforations that a tracker bar would use to create tones. You'll notice that the creators of Dishonored do this a lot throughout the game. They'll use 19th century technology as a basis for new types of technology that could be plausible in real life. It's actually a really cool way to embellish a steampunk fictional universe. So let's see what this audiograph player has to say.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than the 2 men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Okay, interesting stuff. All right, so this right here, this looks like a fluorescent lamp. So fluorescent lamps seem like a modern day invention, but they were actually invented in the 19th century, which is around when Dishonored supposedly takes place. Both Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla experimented with fluorescent lighting, but since fluorescent lighting was a bit more complicated than incandescent bulbs, the incandescent bulb got commercialized first. But there is basis for why this fluorescent lamp would be here during this period. So let's keep moving. This is fun. All right, so we want to get the clockwork explosive out of the safe, but we're going to see what else we got going on around here. The Trials of Aptitude. Okay, so real quick about books. I'm actually going to be reading all the books in this game, and I'm going to do that for a few reasons. For one, the developers, they put a lot of time and effort into writing this stuff up, and they did it to give you clues about the game. So not only are we going to be giving them their due, but we're also going to learn quite a bit of the backstory of the game through the books, and also it gives us an opportunity to learn some more interesting factoids. But I know not everybody's going to have the attention span for that. So what I'm going to do anytime I read a book of significant length is I'm going to put a jump link down in the bottom right-hand corner, which should be appearing about now. So if you don't want to hear me read this and you just want to skip to the next section, then go ahead and hit that link for any of the books that come up, and you could just skip right over it. But for those who are sticking around, here we go. An excerpt from a book on the esoteric practices of the abbey. Esoteric means secret or confidential. I don't know if I'm going to just tell you guys some of this stuff in case, maybe they're SAT words and you'll learn something and be like, hey, Skooled Zone, cool, I scored that extra point. But anyway, abbeys are a type of monastery run by an abbot. Most people think of nuns when they think of an abbey, but that's more likely a convent. An abbey could be for either. So once a child shows proper inclination, which means like a preference or a tendency towards something, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously, which means like stealthy or secretly, in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparation and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff, which is the name of an area, I think, in southern England, but in this case, it's probably just the name of an area in the Dishonored world. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. So this is basically a book talking about how the overseers are kind of recruited into their ranks. Interesting stuff. Okay, so let's grab the explosive. Keep this party rolling. Clockwork explosive. See, this is why I think the game is steampunk, because clockwork is definitely a term that you hear in the steampunk universe. Okay, so we got that. let's head on over here and see if there's anything left to school. Grab these coins. Whiskey. All right. So we'll go into some more detail on whiskey later when we get to the Bottle Street Gang. But just to let you know how whiskey is different from scotch or bourbon, that always used to confuse me. Whiskey is made from the grains of things like wheat, rye, barley, and corn that are then mashed and fermented. Although I think location matters, so scotch is basically whiskey made in Scotland and uses more barley, whereas bourbon is basically whiskey made in the US and is more made of corn, I believe. I could be wrong, but whiskey is the more generic term for grain mash alcohol, although you'll see different spellings depending on the part of the world where it's sold. In this case, we see an E in whiskey, so they're probably referring to Irish whiskey. So let's head on out here. I think it's safe to sprint, so we can... Oh, nope, there's a guy there. I almost ran up to him and got caught. Alright, so we are going to try to sneak around here if we can.
Ackworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving.
Attention. The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Almost got caught again.
Hey, you're such a choffer.
Gotcha. Go, go, go. Alright, so we grabbed a key off him, and we're going to drop him right here and go after this other guy. I kind of like to take out all the guards, just so they don't come up behind me. And also, because they have... Whoa. Because they have some loot. And all these coins are going to add up nicely to be able to buy some cool equipment a little later. So, let's keep going.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did?
You don't see me. You don't see me.
Let me know if you want to take my patrol.
Please, not now.
So as I explained earlier, you can lean out from behind corners and they won't see you. So I'm somewhat safe here for the moment, and I'm going to take this opportunity to run in here and grab this guy. Oh yeah. And close this door, and now we can loot him. Grab some bullets. We're not low on health. Don't need no jelly eels. Oh, and we're gonna try to take this other guy out too. There he is. Bada bing! We're also gonna put him next to his buddy. Oh, and I grabbed a little health elixir. Close this door, and we're going to actually peek through the keyhole just to see if there's a guy. Yep. I knew it. If I'd barged in, he would have caught me. This first mission is really the only mission where it's somewhat easy to get the ghost achievement. It becomes really hard later to go undetected. And plus, it's not a lot of fun, you know? I mean, we want to go a little crazy a little later. So we're going to try to get the ghost achievement for this first mission. Just because we can, and then just sort of forego it for the rest of the missions. Let's grab these bullets and these coins. Look here. We have what looks like a microphone. So, like fluorescent lights, you'd think microphones were a modern invention, but they too were first invented in the 19th century So it's not too anachronistic for them to be seen in Dishonored. And an anachronistic, for anybody that doesn't know, means something that shouldn't exist in a particular time period. I like how they did the research to find things that were basically invented but hadn't become mainstream in Dishonored, and then sort of use it as if it had become that way. So we're going to open this door, grab these coins, hop over this little windowsill, and then peek out and see who we got to take out. Alright, there's a guy we can take out. We're going to let his buddy walk by so he doesn't catch us. And we're going to grab him. Hello, Skull. Put him in the corner here. And then look into taking this guy out. Now if I could if I had blink yet, which is a really cool power we're going to get later, then I could have just blinked up there. But we don't have it quite yet, so we got to wait until he walks around. I think it's safe to sneak up here at least. And he's done for. Okay. We're going to grab him, his loot, and we're actually going to put him in this little dumpster here. That's a safe place to put bodies so they're not spotted. And this is where we're going to place the explosives. But before we do that, we're just going to take another quick look around, see if there's anything else to grab. Health elixir, bullets, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to close this door so when we try to escape, they don't see us and run in on behind us. So let's plant the explosives, get out of the way. Go, go, go. Alright, and then we are going to run and slide right off of this. Okay. Now you'll notice on the right hand side there's a little air meter. Tells you how much breath you have left. Okay, I think we might have made it out without getting detected. So we are in the sewer now. Let's see what interesting things come up here. You'll notice I tend to be very thorough in these games, not only to grab the cool loot, but also for factoid opportunities. So. Okay, the Dunwall Water District. So a water district is basically a specialty area of the city that distinctly supplies the water output and sewage input for a particular community. And now we're heading into what they call the main drain. So let's go on to the sewers. I really like that. You walk through the water and it makes the screen look wavery. That's neat. I really love those kind of little details that they put into games. Not all games do it.
He used some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Could be some down here by the look of it.
Good. If we're lucky, one of them will get Corvo.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight 3-1 in the practice yard. He's a whirlwind.
I hope it's me that finds him.
I hope it is too.
They're kind of talking about me a little bit there, Corvo. Sir Conan. I think that might be another area of Bristol. Not quite sure, but they're afraid of him. Let's see what this note says. Corvo, if you're reading this, it means that our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear, find Samuel where these tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us. A friend who will meet you soon. So, we don't want to go in here because, well, actually it's locked anyway, but there is a group of rats there that will attack you. And a group of rats is called a mischief, kind of like a flock of geese or a murder of crows. So here we have a mischief of rats. They're not going to get us, but watch what they do to these guards. Right about here. That is just crazy. I love that mechanic in Dishonored. I mean, it's gross and everything, but it's just such a cool little detail that they put into the game. So, how long would it take for a mischief of rats to eat a whole person? I'm actually not sure about that. Obviously, the time is way faster in Dishonored for the horror effect, but there is precedent in a type of torture called rat torture, where helpless victims are exposed to a hungry rat pack. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe a vet or an animal expert might be watching this and could give a guess in the comments section. See, that's one of the cool things, is that you guys are going to get to add to the factoids in what we call the After School Club. So I'm going to hop down here. I think that's safe. These rats, I'm not going to mess with them. And we're going to head out to the sewers here. Barrow Street. Oh, see, there is a pack of rats. They're probably going to go for that corpse. We're going to back up and hop over to this side and run on over here. And unfortunately, we got to go into the nasty sewage water to escape. Let's see if we can hop up here. All right. So before we move on, we're just going to scope around here. Empty bottles. Oh, and a book. Damien's Journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we needed. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over our district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city, Damien. A little foreboding there. Oh, there they are. That's so sad. Alright, we'll keep moving. I don't know why, for some reason, Corvo seems to be immune to the disease. I don't know what it is. Maybe because he's the hero. Couple coins we can grab here. I actually don't know what this thing is. It looks like some kind of... I really don't know, actually. There's a gear there. So if anybody has a clue what that might be, let us know in the comments section. Alright, we gotta grab this guy hanging onto the wheel for dear life and throw him into the water. Open it up. This thing looks like some kind of barrier device. Set it up to block a door of some kind. Oh, more stuff over here. See, you gotta go around every corner. Okay, so these little posters here have some interesting things to say, but we're going to see a less degraded version of them in the pub, so we'll wait on those. Let's keep this ball rolling. Whoa. Nasty. Alright, so there's a mischief of rats eating a corpse, and they will get you unless we do something kind of clever. So we're going to run over here, up in onto this platform, and we're going to grab a couple of these corpses and let them feed on them so they don't feed on us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to take these guys out, unfortunately. I love animals, but these rats are going to kill you because we're going to have to open up this thing, and it takes a while, and they will just gnaw on you until you are toast. So we can reach them, and each swing just takes out a single rat, but with some patience, we'll be able to whittle down this mischief so they're not so mischievous anymore, and eventually they will run away. Come on, get on up out of here. I'd fire the gun, but I don't know if that would alert one of the guards up ahead, so we'll just keep it silent. And that's it. They scatter. Oh, they're still eating me. Look at that. That's amazing. After all that effort. Okay, so you can see that only like a quarter of the pack brought me down to half health, so it's a good thing that we took a little time to take most of them out.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily taken state custody.
Alright, so I hate to eat rats, but I'd rather do that than use up our elixirs, if we have the opportunity to do that. So come on, let's grab this little chain here. There we go. No one will keep us from death. You cannot hide, or you cannot kill the rat plague. Alright, more ominous signs of what's up ahead. Okay, so let's see what we got over here. A little copper wire. Copper wire is a common item in Dishonored, and we're going to talk a little bit about some cool factoids about copper wire later. But for now, let's grab a rotten pear. I don't want a rotten pear. Okay, so we can see here, if you look closely, there's a tripwire here. The very, very first time I ever played Dishonored, I actually breezed right through that and got shot. But since we know it's there, and one right here, we are going to hop up onto this little ledge and then down over behind it, where we can grab this elixir, some coins, and then disarm this trap. If you walk up to it, disarm, and then you get an incendiary bolt. And then you can just trigger that without causing a problem. Now we want to do the same thing for the other trap by going around this pipe and disarming the projectile. So let's see if there's anything we can grab over here first. Another pouch of coins and some whale meat. Gave us a tiny bit of health. And then we're going to run around here. And we've disarmed the trap, so we can just go right through that. And now we are to the gear. Excellent, excellent. So let's grab this and read the note. To the Lord Protector. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known before that title was wrongfully taken from you. We are servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you with the finest materials in the Isles, and meet with our man Samuel near where the tunnels spill into Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck, we share a common purpose. Nice. And we got the good stuff. Finally. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to end the episode right here so we can start off the next episode with all the good stuff and then continue on from here. So, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it.